Today, let's talk about a problem that's quietly destroying the Chinese animation industry from the inside. One that nobody dares to challenge publicly, but we all see it happening. It's not the animation studios, not the source material, and not even the budget. The real issue is the rise and unchecked influence of fan circles, especially those tied to Tencent's domestic Donghua. And unless this issue is taken seriously, the future of Chinese animation will continue to spiral downward. Let's begin with a simple truth. Over the past 2 years, many longtime viewers have noticed that the energy in Tencent's Donghua is disappearing. The excitement is gone. The content feels flat, repetitive, and uninspired, like chewing on wax. You don't enjoy it, but for some reason, you keep going. Now, this isn't about blaming Tencent directly for everything that's wrong. The problem runs deeper. It's about how fan circles have grown into a force so loud, so aggressive, and so unreasonable that they now dictate how stories are told, who gets screen time, and what emotions are allowed to exist in an animation. These fan groups act like they own the show. Their obsessive loyalty isn't love, it's control. And their tactics? Constant data manipulation, online bullying, mass reporting, and turning character popularity into toxic wars. They aren't fans anymore. They're unofficial editors, hijacking the creative process with mob power. And worst of all, creators have started listening to them. One of the first and most painful effects of fan circle domination is the loss of creative freedom. Original stories that were meant to tell rich, complex narratives have been stripped down, censored, and rewritten to please one group and one group only. Let's look at how this works in reality. In shows like Perfect World, we saw how fan wars erupted over which female character should be considered the main heroine. Instead of appreciating the story as a whole, fan circles broke into camps, each one attacking the other. Petty arguments turned into major conflicts, leading to real consequences. Malicious reporting caused brand collaborations to fall apart. Online abuse became the norm. And the worst part, studios bent under pressure. The production team, instead of focusing on quality, started trying to keep fan circles happy. Characters were written around fan demands. Scenes were edited or deleted. And the result? The general audience, those who watched for the story, quietly left. And when the fans' favorite characters were gone, they left too. The show was left abandoned, its reputation in ruins. But this isn't just a one-off situation. It's happening everywhere. The so-called Perfect 2.0 version of Xian Ni was widely criticized not because it was poorly made, but because of how much it was altered under fan pressure. Characters like Liu Mei were pushed forward. Other emotional scenes were removed. Viewers were even demanding that the protagonist not have any romantic or emotional connection with women. A character's son was written out completely, just to avoid upsetting fans. The emotional foundation of the original novel was lost. In Battle Through the Heavens, things got even worse. The male lead, Xian, was once a symbol of growth and emotional depth, but the chaos from fan circles forced the producers to remove his love interest completely. Mentions of his daughter were erased. Female leads like Medusa were deleted. Romantic development was dropped. The story no longer followed the original spirit. It became a sanitized product made to avoid conflict, not tell a good story. And what did the fan groups do after they got what they wanted? Nothing. They moved on. They abandoned the show because their goal was never to support the animation, it was to control it. And once they got what they wanted, they were gone, leaving nothing but damage behind. Let's ask a simple question. Why do these fan circles seem so focused on Tencent's Donghua? Why don't they go after content from other studios? The answer lies in Tencent's internal structure. Most of the IPs they adapt are male-oriented harem stories, but their animation departments are largely led by female executives. These executives often view stories through a female-oriented lens and naturally resist harem plots. Instead of adapting the stories as they are, they change them based on market and internal politics. To make things worse, Tencent adopted the marketing style of idol culture. They created ranking systems for characters. They allowed fan voting to influence the storyline. They introduced popularity lists that directly impacted decision-making. And this only encouraged fan circles to become more extreme. Because now, popularity meant power. power to influence scripts, power to reshape characters, power to erase what they didn't like. This strategy worked in the short term. It brought in fast money from obsessed fans. But in the long term, it's a slow death. Why write a good story when you can just write fan service? Why polish scripts when you can throw together a romance scene and sell merchandise to shippers? As a result, Chinese animation started to follow the same dark path that destroyed other industries, replacing creativity with consumption. And it didn't stop with one or two shows. Even Douluo Dalu too fell victim. Fan circles demanded that the story follow a single romantic route, Huo Yu Hao and Wang Donger. Any emotional development with other female characters, like Wang Chuer, was immediately attacked. Even sharing food was considered betrayal, and because of that, entire story arcs were removed. Interactions were erased, emotional stakes were eliminated. The logic of the story collapsed. What was once a powerful and emotional narrative became empty and incoherent. And now Douluo Dalu 2, once a promising title, sits at the bottom of Tencent's animation rankings. All because fans manipulated the production process before the show even aired. Here's the harsh truth. When companies like Tencent choose to please fan circles over general audiences, they are digging their own grave. Normal viewers who appreciate balanced storytelling will quietly leave. And when they do, the ratings, the relevance, and the revenue will collapse. This is exactly what we're seeing now. The original appeal of these male-oriented stories was the mix of action, adventure, and emotional complexity. But when Tencent tried to reshape them into love-only, clean-cut narratives to appease fan groups, they lost their edge. The result is weak writing, inconsistent pacing, and dead storytelling. And in a crowded industry where platforms like Taoyuan Studio are producing Donghua that stay true to the source, Tencent is losing its position fast. Shows like Against the Gods and Above the Kingdom of Gods are proving that sticking to the story works better than fan-pleasing rewrites. So what's the solution? Tencent must take back control. They need to reset their priorities. And to be fair, there are signs that they've started to recognize the problem. At a recent creator exchange for Perfect World, the team promised to refocus on the male protagonist, reducing the influence of side characters to minimize fan circle wars. In Zhu Xian Season 3, they removed Biao completely, preventing another round of destructive fandom drama. But this must be just the beginning. Tencent needs a cleanup campaign, a full rejection of the fan circle first model, a renewed focus on storytelling, world building, and creator freedom. Only then can Chinese animation recover its reputation and regain audience trust. Because right now, fan culture has become a virus, and any show infected by it is only halfway alive, even if it's still breathing. If this doesn't change, Tencent's legacy will follow the path of so many failed entertainment trends. Flashy, temporary, and forgotten. A once proud brand reduced to digital numbers in a fan-fueled popularity contest. And that wraps up today's deep dive. If you've been feeling frustrated with how some of your favorite Donghua are being handled lately, you're not alone. The influence of fan circles is real, and if we don't talk about it, nothing will change. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Have you noticed these problems too? Do you agree, disagree, or have your own stories to share? If you found this video insightful, please like it to help more people see it, and consider subscribing if you want more in-depth breakdowns and uncensored opinions on the world of Chinese animation. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.